everybody, it's Marcie and it is Wednesday, and today we're going to make portabella and goat cheese sandwiches. Now I've got to do that thing where I do something that I've already done. I don't know, you got to follow me with this because this has to marinate for an hour. So I'm going to just take this portabella. Did I turn the stove on? Yep. And luckily in this kitchen you can see everything everywhere. So I'm going to go right over here and put the portabella in the pan. If you can grill it, I prefer that way, mostly because then you don't have a pan you have to clean. Okay, so once you start grilling that, you can throw the marinade that you had away. But forget all of that, because let's see. That's going. Let's turn it up a little. While that's cooking, it takes about 2 minutes on each side is all. It's not like it has to get cooked thoroughly, because it can give you food poisoning like chicken or beef or anything like that. So now I'm going to show you what I did while it's cooking. And I'm going to turn you down here. So the way I actually have this in my cookbook is a little bit different than the way I'm going to do it, because I have you putting it in a pan and all that. And honestly, when it's time to marinate, I have found the best way to marinate is in a Ziploc bag. You can suck out all the air. You don't have to keep tossing something this way and that. I think it marinates much better like that. Did forget to get a measuring cup. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and again, I'm not making a whole recipe because it's for 6 portabella mushrooms, and that's a lot. Okay, so we need 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and I'm gonna sort of eyeball that. That looks good, because it normally calls for 6. And then we need garlic cloves. I do not have those, so I'm just going to use some garlic powder. Make sure you use the garlic powder instead of the garlic salt, because it usually gets enough salt from other stuff too. Some minced shallots. It calls for 2, and this is 1. Okay, we're going to put that in the bag. Scrape all that off. I love shallots. I'm sure I've mentioned it, but they're a combination of garlic and onions, and oh my gosh, what better thing to cook with. And then it's gonna need, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not using this. Mike does not clean like I do. Okay, so we need, it calls for a whole cup, but we're gonna use about half a cup of olive oil. That should be good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is mix this all up. Make sure that we've got the garlic spread out well there. And while I'm doing this, I gotta flip this one that's cooking over. Ooh, I don't know how sensitive that smoke alarm is. Let's hope it doesn't go off. Okay, so we've got the mixture here. What we're going to do is I've got 2 more little portabellas. Let me wash those real quick. There's 1. Now this, you can use it as a side dish, you can use it as a main dish. Either way, it's delicious. And you don't need any, if you're doing it in a pan like me, you don't need to add any oil or butter or anything, because the marinade has that. Oh, one thing I forgot to, so I should have taken a little bit of this out before I put the mushrooms in, because we're gonna need that, but fortunately, I'd already done that with the last one. Okay, so I'm gonna toss these all really well. Get them marinating, and then I'm going to squeeze out as much air as I can. And you can even do this without making it into like a sandwich. I've certainly done that before too. Okay, so now let me grab a plate. And this should be just about ready. What I'm going to do is, I like it on a sourdough roll. Didn't have any of those, but we did have some hamburger buns. So I'm going to take a little bit of the marinade that I told you about, pour it around on there, and now, you saw how fast that was. This is done. I'm gonna put it that direction up. You can see the shallots all in there. And it smells delicious here. And now what you're gonna do is take some crumbled goat cheese. I have a little log of goat cheese, so I'm gonna have to crumble it myself. Now there's other things you can add in here. You can add dried tomato. If you want to add like a little roasted tomato in there, that would be great. You can add basil if you like it. Really, I just like it like this because the marinated mushroom is so delicious as is. That's sort of a big chunk there. And the other thing too is if you have this in a pan, I wouldn't do this on the grill. If you have it in a pan, you can add this like the last minute or so, and it'll melt very quickly. We're gonna let this just sit right there. Love goat cheese. I think I'm doing something with goat cheese tomorrow too. Yep, I am. Okay, so there you go. There is a great vegetarian sandwich, not vegan, but it is delicious that even your non-vegetarians are gonna love. So that's it. And I am not going to tell you that mushrooms taste like hamburgers when you make them. They don't, but they are so good. I mean, I used to, who was I pregnant with? Brittany. When I was pregnant with Brittany, there was this one restaurant near us that had Portabella burgers. Oh my gosh, I would go there every day. They were so good. And these are really delicious. And like I said, you're not gonna say, oh, am I eating hamburger or Portabella? You'll know, but oh, it's so worth it like this and so much better for you. So thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.